Good day everyone, and welcome to another episode of Mr. Chavez's Art Show. Today we're going to learn how to mix colors to make the color brown. Follow along and I'm going to show you how. Now, before we begin on how to mix the color brown, we're first going to go back to one of our last art video lessons about mixing colors, where we learned about the color wheel, the primary colors, and the secondary colors. Let me pull up the color wheel so you can remember. So, the primary colors are red, yellow, and blue. These are the primary colors because there are no other colors you can mix together to get red, yellow, or blue. Our secondary colors are orange, green, and purple. These are called secondary colors because you can mix other colors together to make these colors, such as red and yellow make orange, yellow and blue make green, and blue and red make purple. Now, the next lesson we're going to be learning about is complementary colors. This is important to learn so that you can understand how to make the color brown. Now, complementary colors are colors that are in the color wheel that are opposite to each other. So for example, red and green are complementary colors because they are opposite in the color wheel. Yellow and purple are also complementary colors. And last but not least, blue and orange are also complementary colors. Now, when you mix two complementary colors together, you make the color brown. So for example, if you mix red and green together, they make the color brown. Now, let's test this out in our today's activity and mix those paints together. So let's mix complementary colors together. We are going to mix the complementary colors red and green together because red and green are on the opposite sides of the color wheel. So I right now have my red and green paints in my fingertips and I'm gonna mix them together, mix them up good. Let's see how it's gonna look like. So that is what happens when you mix the complementary colors red and green together. Now, I've also mixed together the other complementary colors. Yellow and purple make this brown muddy color, and blue and orange make this other brown muddy color. So that's what happens when you mix two complementary colors together. Now, I know it's kind of hard to remember which colors are complementary colors. So today's activity, we're going to make our very own tool to help us remember which colors are complementary colors. Follow along and I'll show you how. So these are the supplies we're going to be using for today. We have paper, a paintbrush, a cup of water. We have our paint. We're only going to use our primary colors, red, blue, and yellow. And a plate so we can put our paints, and maybe a rag just in case to wipe off your paintbrush dry or to clean up your mess. So that will be our supplies. So let's get started. First, I set my colors red, blue, and yellow onto the plate, and then I start mixing the secondary colors orange, green, and purple onto the plate. Next, I draw lines onto my paper to make 6 equal spaces to paint on. On one side, I am painting the primary colors red, yellow, and blue. And on the other side, I will paint the secondary colors green, orange, and purple. Once you are done painting your spaces, set it aside to let it dry. Now that it's completely dry, you may paint the complementary colors on top of the color spaces. So for example, paint a green circle on the red and a red circle on the green. So this is our end result of our complementary color project. We have red and green, yellow and purple, blue and orange. Now you can also give yourself some tips or some hints about which colors are complementary colors. For example, red and green are complementary colors, but red and green is also colors that you can use during Christmas time. Then we have yellow and purple that are complementary colors. But there's also a famous basketball team called the Los Angeles Lakers that also uses the colors yellow and purple for their team. Last but not least, there's blue and orange. I wonder what famous football team uses the colors blue and orange. I think they're called the Denver Broncos. Well, that is it for today. I hope you enjoy our mixing colors lesson part two. And we learned a lot about complementary colors. I hope you have a great day today. And till next time, this is Mr. Chavez saying bye and farewell. Have a good day. Bye.